Dodgers using hashtag Dodgers Zoom Party. And during the 7th inning stretch played by Dieter Rule, we will show you guys some of those pictures. I am Alanna Rizzo with Sportsnet LA. I will be doing this with my partner in crime and our co-host, Joe Davis. So, Joe, take it away.
All right, just give you a quick rundown of who we have on the party tonight before we start firing away with the conversation. You may see we have the manager of the Dodgers, Dave Roberts, with us. We have the newest Dodger, the 2018 MVP, Mookie Betts. Got one of the top young pitchers in the game, Walker Buehler, with us tonight. Max Muncy, coming off back-to-back 35 home run seasons, joining us. Zoom Party regular, Zoom Party veteran now, veteran for the Dodgers, leader for the Dodgers, Justin Turner is with us. Rookie of the Year candidate, Gavin Lux. Guy coming off a great rookie season, Matt Beaty, the guy they call the Hitman. And one of the great closers of all time, Eric Gagne, the old Cy Young Award winner, joins us tonight as well, Alanna.
All right, guys, thanks so much for being with us. We always appreciate you taking the time out of whatever your day holds in this quarantine time, but it's always good to see your faces, albeit in a screen. We're ready to get back to the stadium, but we will take this for now. So, Walker, I'm going to start with you. I know that you don't tweet a ton, specifically in the off season, but a rare tweet from you yesterday after the episode of The Last Dance, where you're saying that you couldn't hit 200 in AA, obviously referring to Michael Jordan, I believe 202 with his AA season. So it went for a pretty good back and forth between you and JT about what what you could actually hit in AA. So what's that been like for you, kind of watching that show, and what was it like for you hitting in AA?
Well, I've obviously really enjoyed the show. I think it's really well done, and because of that tweet, I was actually tweeted back at and reminded that I was 1 for 4 in AA. So I am a 250 hitter in AA, and I hope I never have any more at bats there. So I guess I was actually wrong in my tweet.
Yeah, not bad. 250.
Wow.
I'll take that, right? Justin, what do you have to say about that?
So humble. The most humble brag ever.
We need a bigger sample size.
You pitched one game in AA and got called up to the big leagues, Walker. You get it.
A little jealous that he didn't have to spend that much time there?
I am.
No, I'm glad he's on our team already. I'm glad he's not still in AA.
And Walker, spending time in Lexington, Kentucky, a state obviously that loves the sport of basketball. When it came to college hoops, who was your allegiance, Kentucky or Louisville?
Oh, Kentucky, 100%. If you're born and raised in Lexington, it's kind of all UK here.
Okay, and what have you been doing the last couple of months? I know maybe hitting the links a little bit. What are you doing as far as spending your time?
Yeah, playing some golf here and there. They let us get out there. We have our own carts here in Kentucky, so they are letting us take carts. I don't know if I would play without one, but that, and then we built some decks. We put a little deck on the back of the house, so we got the nail gun out there. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
All right, well, be careful, please. You need those hands for work.
Max Muncy, you building any decks or anything fun like that?
No, not no. I'll leave that to Walker. If I ever think about it, I'll give him a call. He can come help me out.
What are you up to?
What's up?
What are you up to?
Nothing. Just kind of hanging around, trying to take it easy. Occasional go hit in the cage or something, but for the most part, just spending some time with families. It's usually the time of year we're not getting to see family, so trying to enjoy it as much as possible.
So are you finding the silver lining in it? You find yourself going a little bit insane at times?
Oh, I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I think Kelly will say the same thing. We were laughing because the other day I actually got out of the house and went for a run. And for anyone that knows me, that's something that doesn't happen. That's how crazy I was going, and sitting in the house, I was like, I got to go do something. I regretted it after 30 seconds, but I did it.
How far did you go?
I went a solid mile. That's all I had.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
Baby steps. Gavin, you're actually one person on this call that's actually been playing a little bit of baseball, albeit, of course, MLB, the show. What's that been like? I mean, you made it to the quarterfinals. You had a very nice showing, eventually losing to the ultimate champion in Blake Snell. But how was that experience for you?
It was fun. I think I got to interact with some people I never talked to, and I think all of us are feeding for some competition right now. So it was just fun to get out there and virtually play baseball, I guess.
If you go back to the teammates, not only the guys on this call, but the guys in your clubhouse, who is the one video gaming guy you love to have on your team and one guy that you might send back to video game minor leagues?
I play with Belly a lot. Me and Belly play quite a bit of Call of Duty. So he's my go-to guy. If I'm sending anyone back, it's probably Austin Barnes.
Why is that?
Barnesy's not good at Call of Duty. But I think he just started though, so he gets a little pass.
Does he? I can see him getting really upset and like breaking the controller. And
yeah. I think he's gonna run through some controllers for sure.
Yeah. Matt Beaty, I hear you've got a little company during the quarantine, huh? You and Edwin Rios hanging out together?
Yeah, he actually just went back to Florida about 2 weeks ago, but we were kind of quarantined together for the first 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it's been so far. I've kind of lost count of the days.
That had to be nice though, to have somebody we were talking to Max about trying to stay sane, a teammate to help you stay sane at least for the first month and a half.
Yeah, I mean, the garage workouts start to just kind of run together and get pretty tired of it. So when he left, man, I was just like going down there by myself, used to him going down there with me, and it was just getting old. And I think we're just all itching to get back a little bit. But yeah, he left two weeks ago, I guess, and he made it safely back to Florida.
What's the setup in the garage? You got a tee out there, some weights, or what are you doing?
Well, so I had a bench. I had a stationary bike, which I downloaded the Peloton app, which was free for like 90 days.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing the most, honestly. I think I'm going to compete next year, maybe the Tour de France or something. Maybe if baseball doesn't work out, I've just been crushing cycling classes.
Love it.
But pretty much just little weights and just kind of keep the body moving and trying to stay in shape.
I think your manager would like you to buy a Peloton because I think he has stock in that.
I'm thinking about it.
We're going to make our way over to our first Dodger fan question. This one is for JT. JT, this is from Dominic at Camp Pendleton.
Hi, my name is Dominic Sotelo. I'm 9 years old from Camp Pendleton, California. First, I would like to say to Justin Turner, my favorite baseball player, thank you for supporting our veterans because my dad is in the Marines. And second, how do I become a better third baseman?
Dom, that was awesome. Thank you for your question. And first of all, I want to say thank you to your dad and all the men and women who are putting on the uniform and protecting our country. They hold a special place in my heart, and can't answer your second question until I address your dad. So thank him for me. And secondly, I would say just get out and take as many ground balls as you can. If you can't take ground balls, take a tennis ball, throw it against the wall, practice catching it, and work on that reaction in those hands, buddy. Like, just keep working, keep practicing, and don't let anyone tell you can't do it.
Very nice, Justin. Thanks for that. And thank you, Dominic, and to your father for his service there at Camp Pendleton. And we'd like to welcome a very special guest. I saw her pop on here for a second, so let's see if we can actually see your face. We'd like to welcome a guest to this Dodgers Zoom party, obviously a tennis legend, a pioneer for equality and social justice. In 2018, she and her partner, Alanna Rizzo, became part of the Dodgers ownership group. So Billie Jean King, are you on here with us? If not, we'll come back to her. I thought I saw her pop up, but.
While we wait, is that her? There we go.
There she is.
There she is. Billie Jean, are you with us?
There we go.
I am. I've been listening to everyone. It's been great to see all the guys. I just wish I saw them, out on the field playing. It's tough.
I know. We'd love to have you and Alanna at Dodger Stadium right now. And what's it been like for you? Because you guys are in New York City. So what has stay at home been like for you as far as the order there, and kind of how have you been spending your time in this quarantine moment?
Well, I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of fundraising through different things. I did some interviews for the Dodgers and the Dodgers Foundation, and trying to raise money for families and people in need. And I've been doing tons on the different shows, radio, through Zoom. I always thank God every day that we have technology, because even though we might be all separated, this is such a connector. Can you imagine having this COVID-19 before we had all this technology? I can't. Most of you are too young, so you wouldn't even understand that. But at my age, I really appreciate the fact we can connect through Zoom and Zoom party tonight and Dodger time. But I'm just spending tons of time on raising money, different things, All-In Challenge, the Learn Everywhere Challenge. They're all challenges to raise money. They all, it's just amazing what's going on trying to help. And I know Robin Hood did a show tonight for New York City. They raised millions and millions of dollars. And then obviously I think it's a good time as an athlete. I guess I was thinking about the guys, just thinking what they have to go through. If you have an injury, it's the time to take care of that. It's the time to see family. But I think about gratitude, resiliency, and also champions adjust. I have two sayings as a jock: champions adjust and pressure's a privilege. And so I'm like totally trying to listen to that. I'm trying to meditate and have time, connect with people I care about and love, and just take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's really good to see you, even if it's through this computer screen. And you do so much for the community. And obviously you've done so many things, so many amazing things for the world of tennis, not just for women tennis players, but for tennis as a sport globally. And it's just so crazy with everything going on with COVID, how Wimbledon was canceled for the first time since since World War II. You have the French Open moving their dates. The US Open may have to do the same. What, in your opinion, Billie Jean, is the impact that COVID has had on your beloved sport?
I think it's hurt every sport. I must say, I think the players for the first time, because we only make money when we make prize money. We don't have guarantees. So if they're not playing, they're not making money. So we have a relief fund to try to help the players and everybody in tennis, from the two associations, the Women's Tennis Association, the men's, the Grand Slams, the majors. Everyone's pitching in and giving money to help the players, the lower ranking players particularly. But it's hard. If we're not playing, they're not making any money. So that's really been a challenge. And quite frankly, being a global sport, it's even harder for traveling for the athletes. I don't know how we're going to do it this year personally. I mean, I'm just scratching my head. I used to own tournaments. My former husband and I, I don't think we'd be having our tournaments. So I think it's tough, but I also think giving the athletes a chance to appreciate things and to understand that it's a privilege to play. And I think all the athletes, musicians, everybody's going, wow, we're not able to do our thing. It's hard.
Well, it's a privilege to see you on here. It's a privilege always to hear your words of wisdom. Be safe out there in New York City. We can't wait to see you and Alanna back at Dodger Stadium. And
good luck. Good luck, everyone. And thank you, Alanna, and thank you, everyone that's associated with the Dodger family. We really appreciate every single person. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Billie Jean.
Thank you.
I know that voice.
Mookie, how are you, man?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Doing okay. You're popping up all over the place the last few days. Saw you on The Last Dance. Saw you nailing your Korean pronunciations on that KBO promo.
That takes talent.
Yeah. How many takes did that take for you to nail all those?
I had a really good teacher to help me.
Okay.
It probably took me 10 to 15.
You sold it.
I mean, yeah, it was tough, but it was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the KBO since it's been on?
A couple games, but like I wake up at like 7 o'clock every morning. So, but they're playing at 1. I can't make it to 1 o'clock.
So if you got to choose between the two, are you going The Last Dance? Are you watching that?
Absolutely.
You enjoying
That's the best thing I've ever seen.
That's
Best
so
thing
cool.
I've ever seen.
You and I are of similar age, and so a lot of our Jordan memories come Space Jam, like we talked about last night, right?
Yeah, the Space Jam, man. That was. I mean, I didn't even know I think the Bulls thing was just kind of ironic. It was Jesus. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, I mean, it was whatever. But it was Space Jam was definitely probably top 5 movies, best movies of all time.
Yeah. To heck with the bad boys, man. He took down the Monstars. That was sweet.
Yeah. That was, I want to get some of that water. I want to ask him where he got the water from. Whatever.
Everything else going okay? I mean, you were a few weeks away from making your Dodger debut, your Dodger Stadium debut in front of 53,000. How much you itching to get going and get in that ballpark?
I am. Obviously, I'm want to get in there. Super excited about the whole new opportunity, new beginning, should I say? But I've definitely enjoyed this time at home, man. I feel like I've really gotten close with my daughter. With her, being away for so much. I've gotten some fishing in, so that's been the other thing that's kind of kept me sane.
Bowling alleys open out there?
Nah, but I've went twice, and I thought May 1st was supposed to be a tournament. So I went to get ready for the tournament, and then they pushed it back to May 29th. So when the 29th rolls around, I'll be ready.
Skip, what's that like to hear one of your star players, all your star players on this call, just trying to make their way through this craziness?
That's the nice thing about being the Dodgers manager. They're all stars, aren't they? But I think that for me, they're even better off the field. I really believe that. And so I actually like this Zoom situation. So, fans aren't going to get to hear Mookie talk like this ever, or Walker and be so open. So this is great. I think it's kind of dovetails what Billie Jean said. All of our guys just show such great gratitude. And I kind of look at this situation as an opportunity. And I think that I can speak for the players where, you have family, but you understand that this situation calls for us to make sacrifice and to be here for our fans and each other. And it's good to see these guys. So I think I get asked that question all the time. What are they up to? You concerned that Mookie's going to be ready, JT's going to be ready, Walker's going to be fine. And for me, I just really don't spend much time thinking about these guys because I trust them and they know what's at stake individually, collectively. So I'm just trying to temper my angst. I can't wait to get going. I'm still got my fingers crossed that we get this thing done. But this is a nice reprieve to see these guys for sure.
Yeah, this is a team full of professionals. And one thing this situation's allowed us to do is perhaps do some stuff that we normally wouldn't. And for you, you're becoming a bit of a podcast professional. What was that like when you're on the podcast with Pete Carroll and Steve Kerr? Because I know when you became manager of the Dodgers, you kind of looked to some head coaches, some other managers, people in high positions managing or coaching professional sports teams. So what was that podcast like for you?
Well, it was great. I think I got my delve into podcasting from Joe and Oral. So I think that I'm a weekly guest with them. So they've kind of held my hand. And that's been a lot of fun. And so with Steve Kerr and Pete Carroll, two guys I really respect. So I think with anything, you get into something new, you want to talk to people that have done it so you can kind of learn and shorten your learning curve. And so two guys that have won that I respect. So they asked me to be on their podcast. It was really unique in the sense that you get a football coach, you get a basketball coach and a baseball manager sharing the same space and sharing conversations. And the hour went by really easy. And again, it was fun for me to be a part of.
Yeah. And Steve Kerr, I know is, I believe from Pacific Palisades. So he's, a Southern California guy. I know he's coaching Golden State. So there's that Northern California, Southern California thing.
Oh, he's a Dodger fan. Yeah, don't let him kid you. He goes blue for sure.
Nice to pick the brains of people that have had success in their respective careers. And you mentioned Joe and Oral's podcast. You're basically a weekly contributor. You're almost like a third co-host of that. So we have a former teammate on here, one of the greatest Dodgers ever, as far as that's concerned. And Eric Gagne still looks like he can pitch. But Dave, I'm going to turn
just a look.
Joe and I want to. Why don't you go ahead and interview your former teammate?
Wow. Shoot, Alanna, I don't know if I want to thank you for this. I've never been on this side of the microphone, but Eric, Gags, it's good to have you on. I guess you were one of my favorite teammates of all time. You were a tremendous competitor. You were a guy that I think could have went both ways. You were a converted starter, went to a closer. I don't know how many closers have won the MVP, let alone pitchers. You had this crazy streak that spans parts of 3 years. How did you kind of eliminate the noise, expectations each time you step foot on the mound that your streak could have been ended? How did you prepare? Give us a little insight.
That was pretty easy because for me, I always saw it as a win. I mean, I was in there for 1 inning. It wasn't that, to me, it wasn't really about me. It was about trying to preserve a win. Guys go out there to just bust their butt all day. They just really want to win it. So for me, I was just trying to not mess it up. It wasn't really simple. I was trying to focus on making one pitch at a time. It's all cliche, but slowing things down right now is the best time to work on it. Everything is slow down right now. So that's kind of what I was trying to do on the mound, just slow everything down, just one pitch at a time and focus on just getting outs. Really, I didn't care how I got outs, just find a way to get outs, make adjustments every pitch, make adjustment every hitter, and try to be unpredictable. That's really all I try to do. Try to be unpredictable, create chaos to the hitter's mind and just kind of make him do the guessing. For me, I was just kind of, we do have a lot of stats now. We have a lot of things that come into play, but like you said, it's not noise. It's a lot of information. Once you're on the mound, you still have to really feel what you're feeling. You have to understand what you're going through. You have to understand why you're nervous. It's good to be nervous. You should be nervous. I mean, these are things that I remember when I blew my save on that 84th save, or 85th save, I tried to get 85th. I forgot that my heart skipped in the 7th inning. I would always I would get nervous, scared. It's like a fear. It would skip. I'd be like, oh my gosh. Now I would get my hands all sweaty. And once I got on the mound to warm up, it was gone. I was just worried about, that was my office. That was my little bubble for me. I just got on the mound. I felt good. I felt like I knew what I was doing. I was prepared. And, all the data, all the stats, everything else really took care of itself when I was on the mound because I really believed that I was prepared. I was there ready to go. And that's pretty cool right there, JT.
So, cool, JT. That's a great, it's almost a good segue. Ken, hold on. I got one more question for Eric Gagne.
Right.
Then we're going to come to you. How am I doing, Alanna?
Sorry.
So my last question is, so you were sort of an analytics guy before analytics. And I say that because you were into the numbers, the stats. You were in the video room with our video coordinator the entire game until about the 6th inning. Then I think you went to the training room, and then you went to the pen. And I knew this because I was platooned at times too. So when I wasn't playing, the lefty was throwing, I was in the bench watching the game with Eric in the video room.
That's right.
So how do you, at what point do you take the analytics, the video, understanding how you want to attack a hitter, but then how do you then turn that all off and go out there and compete? And how do you not let that kind of get in the way of competition?
Well, just know yourself. I mean, know what works. Try everything out. Sometimes there's going to be stuff that there's coaches that we don't understand. There's a way, I might say something that no one understands what I'm saying, but someone else uses it a different way and then it works. It's just some reason, just the voice or the message is different, or it comes from someone different. It just works. To me, really to focus on what I can do personally. Am I good at this? Am I good at that? And then the data would kind of give me just more of a clear mind, more of like, I'm prepared. I know what he does at 2-1. I know what he does at 2-0 on a slider. Just things like that it felt like it was almost a reflex. My thought process was more of a reflex than anything else when I got on the mound. So I felt like I could trust my feelings better. That's really all I tried to do with the data. The data was more, I knew what I was trying to do personally. It just almost gave me a, like peace of mind. I knew, okay, that the data is saying, okay, 2-1, he can't hit a slider down the way. Well, if I felt that, I threw that, and I had some confirmation with the data. I think a lot of times with data, it's like people just look at the data. Data is just what has happened before. It's not what's going to happen next. That's the difference. Like data is just in the past. It's easy to read data and say, hey, that's what happened. We all know what happened. That is just to give you a little bit of a blueprint of what might happen later. And then the variables is us. I mean, it's emotions, feeling, time to place, and what's going on with the games at 3-0, 1-0. These are all difference maker that, it does make a big difference. Like I said, I mean, I remember I used to get mad all the time because I wasn't in the game and this and that because I wanted to get as many saves as possible. Just stuff like this where I thought I understood the game well, but What I understood well is my emotions. I understood what I could do and couldn't do. And my dad has said the best, understand when you know and you don't know makes you very smart. And, the thing is, I try to learn as much as I can about what I don't know. And just, that's what Dad was trying to really give me. Like, all the stuff that I wasn't sure about, I was kind of try to search it and then bring it back and use it.
That's awesome, Eric. That's awesome. Love that stuff.
Thank you, Eric. Doc, you teased it a little bit. We see this special guest hopping on. I see Max Muncy, and then next to him, that is not one of the Dodgers. That is an extra special guest that just hopped on there. First and foremost, outstanding member of the community in Los Angeles, obviously around the country. When it comes to the Dodgers, he's thrown out a ceremonial first pitch. He's gotten the crowd going by introducing the team. Recently, he was a substitute teacher, right? Taught a biology course. He does it all. You know him from The Masked Singer. You know him from The Hangover. Bottom line is you know him. Ken Jeong joins us. Ken, how are you, my friend?
Hi, guys. So good to see all of you, everyone at Dodger Nation. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for getting my email to make sure that we had a screenshot together. That was the only reason why I'm doing this Dodger Zoom, is just to make sure that you and I are together. So I'm glad you got the memo.
I missed you.
I missed you, Justin. I've missed you so much. Guys, would you mind leaving this Zoom so me and Justin can have some quality time, just to talk, just to see, just to catch up, just to see how you're doing right now. What's up, yo?
I need some Masked Singer spoilers.
Yes, it's I can't tell you that, but I can't tell you the unicorn Steve Garvey. I can't do these things.
Oh, no.
That would violate my non-disclosure agreement. Okay.
Interesting guess.
Interesting guess. But no, I'm honored to be with you guys in any capacity through the years. The Dodger Nation has just been so great to the community, the city of Los Angeles, and whenever I'm making an appearance with you guys on any level, it's so special, more than any other sporting team that I've been associated with. You walk on the field and you just feel like you're family, and everyone's just so humble and down to earth and just so cool. And I've just you guys know, like, I'm anything you need for me to do. If you want me to cater, if you want me to, like, do whatever, take out garbage, I always say yes. So I just really appreciate all the love and everything you do for the city of Los Angeles. And I've watched a couple of these Zooms too. It's really cool that you're doing this right now, because it's just a good reminder of, where we were. And then, by the time you guys come back, the city of LA will just all be together as one. So it's just so great that you're doing this. So thank you. And I hope everyone out there watching and everyone on this panel is just safe and healthy and well. And I just wish everybody well. So
we might actually need a few extra doctors if the season gets going, if you want to come out of retirement.
You know what? I'm happy to lend my services. I'm really good. I was a general practitioner. I worked in a clinic. I was an internal medicine doctor, but I'm really good for, like, eczema, pimples, just stuff like, real legit life and death stuff. So if you got dry skin, holler at your boy. I'll have some Eucerin all greased and lubed up. So if you want an ointment, Mr. Chow's your boy. Holla, So.
Oh man,
Ken, you've been staying pretty busy though through this whole thing. I mean, we mentioned teaching the biology course. You've got the podcast you've started doing, and Scoop's coming out soon.
Yes, thank you, Joe. No, I have it's a great family movie. It's Scooby-Doo, the animated movie called Scoob. It'll be out. It was supposed to be out in theaters, but because of this pandemic, it will be available for anybody on home premiere and download and all available outlets. So it's a lot of fun because I grew up on Scooby-Doo, and a lot of people are in it. Just Zac Efron, Amanda Seyfried, Gina Rodriguez, Mark Wahlberg plays the Blue Falcon, and I'm his sidekick, Dynamite. So it's a lot of fun. It's a good family film. Anyone who grew up on Scooby-Doo, it really just kind of it services as. It's a full-on family animated film, and I just really did it for my kids, and also I just did it for me too, because I grew up a big Scooby-Doo fan. So it's just a lot of fun. So thank you for mentioning that.
Of course, yeah. Do you want to turn the tables on these guys at all? Any questions you want to fire off to any of the players or Doc?
No, well, first of all, Justin, I screenshotted that just so I could save that for myself and send that to my family. Mookie, it's an honor to meet you via Zoom, and I'm just a huge fan. And Dave, I love you, Dave. So ever since I've met you on the field, you just, even at the World Series in 2017, that was really, I won't lie to you, man, just being there, the outcome obviously is something that we wish we would have the other way, but just even having me on the field, and I remember carrying the Blue Dodger flag, with Rob Lowe over the Astros. That might be my favorite memory. I've done a lot of stuff with the Dodgers. It's been a lot of fun, but that might be my favorite memory ever, because I don't know if you guys shouldn't know this because you guys were, focusing on the game, but me and Rob were carrying Dodger flags, and we were just crossing each other back and forth. And Carlos Correa threw a cup of water at me just to do it. And I just walked back, he threw a cup of, it was like gamesmanship. I didn't provoke, I didn't get it. And I just remember there's somewhere on Sports Illustrated that's kind of iconic, but it just showed you the height of the game, and it just showed you what sports is all about. But
you knew you were coming, Ken.
You knew I was coming. But no beef. No, I'm not here. No beef. It's just part of what sports is all about. It's part of what, how passionate you are about your fans, and they're passionate about their fans. And I'm very passionate about the Dodgers, and, he doesn't have to apologize, and neither do I. I just love doing anything for the Dodgers. So all good.
Can you epitomize what it means to be a Dodger fan?
Thank you.
You live and breathe and appreciate what these guys do. And all of our fans are so incredible and so instrumental in everything that it is at Dodger Stadium. And I kind of want to go back to Eric Gagne for a second. There's something about the music too when you come into a game, particularly out of the bullpen. And Gagne would obviously come out to Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. Kenley Jansen coming out now, Dodgers closer to every, California Love when he comes out. And guys, could you imagine a time in a safe situation and you're not playing in front of fans like the 53,000 other fans at Dodger Stadium?
Well, it's hard to imagine, but I guess in this situation, you're going to have to, I guess. It's just one of those things that no matter what, you really focus on the game. You focus on the guys. I think it's going to be different. I mean, it's going to be hard if you go out there, there's no fans. I mean, it's definitely going to be hard to get that adrenaline pumping. Last night I watched the replay of the UFC fight, and you could tell the guys are just happy to be there. I mean, there's all, they're just talking to each other, really helping each other. It was pretty cool to watch. It wasn't exactly as aggressive as you would think of early, but it's different. I mean, it's different. It's going to be adjustments that everybody's going to have to make. I know I wish we had 70,000 people every game. I mean, that got my adrenaline going. That's the reason why I was able to go, 50, 60 times a year, because, once you open that gate, adrenaline rush, it's insane. I mean, you can't describe it. The music, the fans, there's nothing like it. I miss that. That's why I keep trying to throw every single day. I try to play catch with the guys. I do videos of the guys in Japan, Korea, just send videos. That's why I kind of miss that. I miss the adrenaline rush to get on the mound and just pitch. But I mean, the fans are the biggest part of that. But these are things that you can't really control right now. We're just trying to. I wish we could just go back now, go play, and just hopefully everybody's safe doing it. That's the main thing. I think just stay safe.
I got a question, Alanna. It's like in that vein, not to make light of anything, but as again, we're hopeful that we have baseball and walk-up songs, whether it be for a pitcher as Walker makes his start, or Mookie comes up, or JT comes up to his song, Max comes up to his song, which is one of my favorites. I wonder what players are going to be doing, as far as walk-up songs, and it's something that I guess it's a sign of I have too much time on my hands for me to be thinking about players and will they be using a walkout song or not. But I'm just kind of curious if you guys have ever thought about that.
Just put music on the music the whole time. Oh, well.
Yeah,
That's it. Right? Just do like the NBA does, just music.
All right, I'll bring my
There you go.
guitar. I'll sing for you guys. I'll do it a cappella for free. I'll do it. Where this is going. I
Get
got a
Ken,
guitar.
get
I
Ken
know
and
how
Dieter
to use it,
together.
guys. Walker,
to
you're
that.
a great
I'll hit to that.
pitcher. You know, I got all these melodies. It's all just coming in. I'm a lyrical artist, and yes, I will do it for a small fee as well.
Perfect.
I'm Justin Turner's personal concierge physician, his eczema specialist. So I'm there for you guys. Yeah.
How much of it, as a fan, Ken, do you relate to your position player walk-up songs and the songs when the guys come out of the bullpen? I mean, when you hear certain songs that JT, even if you're not paying attention to where they are in the order,
Right.
if you hear a certain song, Gavin's coming, Max is coming, Mookie's up, JT's up. I mean, how much do you relate to that? It's a certain Walker Buehler start day because of the music. What Matt's listening to.
Absolutely. I'm just in my own much smaller level, but when I do stand-up comedy as well. And so when I'm performing for, sometimes in a theater of, 1,000 people or 1,500 people, and I have my own entrance music as well that comes when I headline and do these shows. And so I'll play like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, like Can't Stop. And it just kind of gets me in a mood or in some sort of zone. And when I do stand-up comedy, I'm feeding off the crowd. And it's very... we're kind of going through a similar thing right now as comedians where, live comedy right now is unfortunately non-existent. And so some people are trying to do virtual comedies. One of the reasons I started a podcast with Joel McHale, a good friend of mine who was on Community, this TV show I was on for 6 years. One of the reasons why we did this was because we wanted to have some sort of creative outlet, much like the Dodgers. And we just want to have some outlet where we could connect and maybe, actually, because I used to be a physician, I on this podcast, I give coronavirus updates. So my wife's a physician. And so I do my research and I'm always in, I'm always in doctor mode. And I don't know, am I still on with you guys?
You are.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I'm always in doctor mode. So I'm sorry, my thing, I'm an old doctor apparently because my thing just went to analog. But I think that, so for me, it's, as a comedian, I miss, you can't do live comedy without an audience. So I think I understand, what you guys are going through, on a smaller level, and it does affect performance. So I totally get it. Yeah.
On a big picture topic again, baseball wise, guys, we're talking about the walk-up songs. We're seeing the KBO the last couple of weeks here. And one of the things that they are known for is their epic bat flips. You think we'll ever see any KBO style bat flips as kosher in Major League Baseball? Mookie, would you ever flip your bat like some of those KBO sluggers? We're going to see that ever?
No, mine don't go far enough to flip my bat. So I got to run.
I'll second that.
Yeah. Are we seeing more acceptance though? Like there was the Let the Kids Play MLB marketing platform. Are we seeing more of an acceptance of personality?
I come from the standpoint that I believe in you should act like you've done it before. So hit the ball over the fence, put your bat down, run around the bases. If you give it a little toss, that's all you need. But some of the stuff is a little extra, and it's hard nowadays because you can't even retaliate or protect your players or do anything because then the pitchers get in trouble when, so it's tough. But I come from the mindset of act like you've done it before. Hit your bat, put it down, run around the bases.
I think that question should be to Walker. What does he think about potentially hitters doing that? What do you got, Walk?
I'm less worried about the bat flips, and I'm more worried about the other team hearing every word out of my mouth, like good, bad, or ugly, if we don't have fans. I think it's pretty documented, some of the things that I yell and scream at people, but if they can hear everyone, it might not work out too well for us.
Thank you for the honesty. That's good.
Yeah. I'll be honest, same thing for me. I'm thinking like they're going to be able to hear everything we say up in the booth.
100%.
Right? It's going to be kind of weird. You say, hey, he's struggling right now, and you're going to get somebody turn around. Actually, check that. He is on
Strike that. He is on fire, guys.
Walker might have Oral up in the booth calling pitches for him.
Love it.
You guys ready for another fan question? As all of our fans are on here, they're here for you guys. They want to hear from you, and this actually applies to quite a few of you on this call. This is from Matthew Baker asking about playing college baseball.
I'll take that from here. College baseball for me.
Hi, I'm Ava from Omaha, Nebraska. I was just asking if any of you have played in the College World Series in Omaha.
I'll pass that to you guys. I did not.
My name is Matthew Baker. I'm currently a senior at Don Lugo High School in Chino, California, and I recently just lost my baseball season due to coronavirus outbreak. I'm going to be playing college baseball next year, and I know it's a world of difference. So I want to know if there's any words of advice that any Dodger player can give me. Thank you.
All right, Matthew Baker, congratulations on the upcoming graduation. Good luck next year when you do play that college baseball. So Matt Beaty, I'm going to start with you. When you played at Belmont, what answer do you have from Matthew about the difference between high school and college ball?
Well, first off, I'll just say, just enjoy being there with that group of guys that you have. I think that'll be the closest that you'll ever be. Those friends that you get in college and those teammates that you have. Like I'm still in contact with. We had 10 freshmen my freshman year going into Belmont University, and we're all still friends. We still all communicate. So it's just a journey that you're going to go through together, and it's a transition for sure. Going from you're the guy your senior year of high school, and then you're flipping 180, going to be a little freshman that's coming into a college with thousands of people in a university, depending on where you're going. So just enjoy being with the group of guys that you're with, and enjoy developing further your baseball career and also your school career.
All right, so from Belmont to Baylor, Max Muncy, what advice do you have for Matthew Baker about playing college baseball? Max.
Sorry. There's currently a dog in heat next door. So any dog that walks by the house is trying to climb over the fence, and so it sounds like there's like an earthquake going on. So that's why I keep looking around. It's it kind of sounds like a zoo out there. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Max, family program.
I know. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's getting pretty wild. So just going to the college baseball is it's going to be a huge difference from high school, mainly because from the moment you step on campus, you're going to be practicing almost every single day. I know when I was in high school, our team practices might have been once or twice a week. And when it was that, it was kind of like, hey, go out and play catch, and we'll figure something out to do. When you get into college, it's, immediately you have team programs every single day. You'll have weights early in the morning, you have your classes, then you'll practice after school. It's a big difference, but it's a lot of fun. Kind of like what Matt was talking about. I enjoy it. To this day, that's still one of the best times I've ever had. Being with my teammates in college, it's pretty incredible. Those are friendships you're definitely gonna have for a lifetime, and I'll just look forward to it and enjoy it and have fun while you're there. Any difference that's there in competition, you'll pick it up easy enough.
And a lot of you guys on this call have participated in the Major League Baseball World Series. A couple of guys on this Zoom have participated in the College World Series, and I don't know if we could listen to the question from Ava again from Omaha really quick, so JT and Walker can answer.
Hi, I'm Ava from Omaha, Nebraska. I was just asking if any of you have played in the College World Series in Omaha.
Walker?
Go ahead, JT, you can start.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Ava. I actually was lucky enough to make 3 trips to Omaha in my 4 years at Fullerton. And in 2014, we won the championship. So we swept Texas in 2 games, and it was amazing. Omaha is one of the greatest places I've ever been for that 2 weeks. It's almost like the whole town shuts down. Fan bases from all over the country come together, and it's remarkable. The tailgating, the barbecuing, the food, the baseball, the culture, the community is second to none.
And Walker Buehler went to Vanderbilt, the same college that David Price also attended. And Walker, what was it like for you participating in that College World Series in Omaha?
Yeah, I mean, as JT's saying, it's obviously, at the time it's very once in a lifetime, and you work from day one that you get on campus, and it's all about going to Omaha, and then when you actually do it, it's kind of a dream scenario. And then you get deeper in the tournament and we might have a chance to actually win this thing. And we did in 2014 and unfortunately didn't in 2015. But no, those 2 weeks both years, so that month that I spent out there was some of the coolest times with my team that we ever had, for sure.
And what an opportunity to be able to compete at the highest level in college, and obviously already in your young career at the highest level in the show. All right, I think it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Dieter Rule, I am assuming, my dear, that you're still with us. If you want to go ahead and play the 7th inning stretch for all of you guys why do I keep saying stretch? For all of you guys listening to this call, please join us, and hopefully we'll see all of the hashtag Dodgers Zoom party photos.
Awesome. Thank you. Good hearing that you close your eyes, you could be at Dodger Stadium. Things could be normal. You close your eyes and listen to this. Thank you, Dieter. We have another question from a fan that I'm going to read. We don't have video for this one, but I'm going to read this question, and we'll ask the Betts house, because I see that it's Betts +1 now. From an elementary school teacher named Risa. She said, most of you guys aren't having to deal with homeschooling your kids just yet, but those that are doing that and those that have had to seem to have a really greater appreciation for the teaching profession. I know I can attest to that with a 4-year-old at home having to teach her. But anyways, Risa wants to know, Mookie, if you had a favorite teacher growing up, and if so, what was it that made that teacher special?
Ooh, a favorite teacher. Off the top of my head, I can't really say I had a favorite teacher because I didn't really like school in general. So, off the top of my head, no, I can't say I had I had some teachers I liked.
Yeah.
But one favorite? No, I mean, I would probably say probably my PE teacher, because they let us play or not do schoolwork. So I would assume, that was it. But
anybody have one that pops right to mind for them?
I got kind of a small world one.
7th grade teacher. His name was Art Nelson, and he was my English teacher, history teacher. And he was the guy that I still remember my verbs, and so we kind of had to do them like in unison to remember them. And O. Henry was an author that he had these O. Henry twists that he used to read us these stories, and every story there was a twist at the end. So Mr. Nelson was great as far as teaching me kind of our language.
Ken, did you have a favorite teacher?
Oh yeah, my favorite teacher was my PE teacher as well. He really made a big impact on my life when he told me to not play any sports and go into comedy. So I thought that was great. So shout out, Mr. Jones. Actually when I was practicing before I became a full practicing physician, but I also had an interest in stand-up comedy. I was almost like this almost like a two-sport kind of star mentality. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, like medicine or comedy. And I really was at a fork in the road. This was in my later in life, in my early 20s. And my mentor in my residency, when I interviewed with him, we have to interview to do like training as a junior doctor for 3 years in my profession. And so, he noticed on my resume, he said, "Oh, you do some stand-up comedy on the side." I've been doing stand-up comedy since even college and med school. And usually that kind of is a turnoff to a lot of people, because if you're a physician and you got to be serious and you got to show that you're committed to this, which I was. But my this particular professor, medical professor, said, "I love the fact that you're doing both. Your comedy can help you be a better communicator as a physician. Your medical background can even help with your comedy, because you can look at life, in a different way." So when he said that in my early 20s, that really, that opened up a whole new world of thinking. And I never really thought like I was such a weirdo for like liking both things. And so that really helped me with my own kind of self-esteem. So I looked at everybody's unique, and I apply that to my kids now. My kids are 12 and they're interested in a lot of different things. And I really do encourage, one of my daughters wants to go into animation, and I'm like, I just want her to keep pursuing that. If she has a passion, and just like all of you guys, if you have a passion and anything is possible, no one in this panel has denied their potential, and look at us now. So so I feel like, the best teachers are the ones that don't deny your potential.
Awesome.
Gavin, I feel like you were in high school 4 days ago. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, Miss Carpino, she was my math teacher. I wasn't real good at math, like struggled, like I was borderline failing, I think, at one point. And like I needed to get it up to like a C, I think, to play baseball. So she just kind of like grinded it out with me, and like just was super relatable. And I feel like all the teachers I'm like remember were always like just cool people who I could relate with. And she's the first one that comes off the top.
Yeah, I'm sure she's very proud of you. I'm sure all of your teachers are proud of you guys. And Mookie, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this, because this is the first time that we've had an opportunity to talk to you on these Zoom calls, and the fans are so eager to see Mookie Betts in the Dodgers uniform. And of course, Corona, how crazy is this? And I know that you've enjoyed the time that you've spent with your teammates so far. I know you want to be at Dodger Stadium in front of these guys. If you could go ahead and unmute yourself. But if I could just ask you one question, just your anticipation about putting on that uniform for the first time for real in a regular season game, suiting up with your teammates and showing the fans at Dodger Stadium, what you're all about.
I'm super excited. I mean, I was super nervous in spring training, kind of coming in with a new group of guys. But I mean, I think I got kind of comfortable with everyone, and so it's the same game. I mean, I think the guys around me make me comfortable. And so, when it's time to put on the uniform, I'll definitely be nervous, but I know I can look at Belly and I can look at JT and Max and those guys, and, we're all just hanging out, playing the same game. And I think that should relax me. But definitely being in a new city with a new uniform is going to be something definitely pretty cool that, I'm looking forward to.
Well, everyone's so excited to see in that uniform. And Justin, as the captain of this team, about a guy that's coming over that was a former MVP and was nervous about meeting his new team.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it's like to go into a new clubhouse. I've been in 4 different organizations, and it's definitely scary. It's challenging. I remember my first day walking into a Dodger clubhouse. I actually went to the minor league spring training clubhouse because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't even go into the major league clubhouse, but once you get in there and you see one familiar face or 2 familiar faces, it kind of puts you at ease. And then as the days go on, it just gets easier and easier, and you just realize, how great of guys you're around on new teams. And but it is scary leaving what you're comfortable with and who you're around. When you have to do that for the first time.
Before we let you guys go and get back to what you were doing and say goodbye to our amazing fans, Walker, for the rest of the guys on here, Walker, Max, Gavin, and Matt are active players. How excited are you still, because I do believe we'll have baseball in 2020, about this team, about the group of guys that surround you on an everyday basis in that clubhouse. One of the most talented teams I've ever had the privilege to cover. Walker, we'll start with you. Just the anticipation and the excitement of what's ahead for Dodger baseball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't know when it's going to start or all that stuff, but I think in spring training we kind of realize how special a group we have in terms of talent, but also the character and kind of the group of guys that we have in there. So whenever it does come, I know we're all eager and excited to get back, but also to get back with that team and see what we can do.
And Matt, I'll go to you just because you're next on my grid. How are you thinking about the upcoming season?
I mean, we're all excited. I mean, you look at it on paper, we definitely have one of the best teams in baseball. It's kind of a wonder how Luxie with playing with the Dodgers on MLB The Show wasn't able to pull it out for us, but
brutal.
But no, we're just all excited to get out there and start competing again.
All right, Gavin, what about you?
Yeah, just super anxious. Like Walker and Matt said, it's a really good group of guys, really a lot of talent, a lot of really good people in the clubhouse, great culture. I mean, it's kind of all you can ask for in an organization. So I think we're all looking forward to it.
And Max, what a difference for you, signing an extension, a longer term deal, coming off an amazing season that you've had, just getting back at it. You're a key component of this club moving forward.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like everyone else said, it's an exciting team. You look at what we've done the last couple of years. We're only better this year, I feel like. One of the things that's probably most unique about this team, though, is just the chemistry we have on the clubhouse. There's not one guy in there that takes away from anyone. Everyone adds something to the team. There's not one person where people are like, I hate when he does that. There's not one person in there where guys are feeling like that. Every single person adds to the team, and it's just what makes it so special.
Yeah, I think Joe and I can attest that there is a group of guys in that clubhouse, whether it's a 26-man roster or an expanded roster because of Corona, that legitimately cares about one another and cheers for the other guy. So thank you guys for being on here. It's awesome.
Wait, Riz, I got one more question. I have to ask Ken about this Masked Singer thing.
Okay.
I'm upset with the show. You're my favorite judge, by the way. Your guesses are hilarious.
Thank you, my patient. Thank you.
As a big Dodger fan, how pissed were you when it was Bret Michaels that popped out of the banana suit and not Kike Hernandez?
I actually thought that the banana was one of the either Jeff Foxworthy or if Larry the Cable Guy had lost a lot of weight with a keto diet or something. I would joke it was like Larry the Keto Guy. I thought that maybe he would be the banana, and I had no idea it was Bret Michaels. But there was Sharon Osbourne of Ozzy's wife was one of the judges, and she had worked with Bret Michaels and so many musicians, and she just heard the moment he was saying, "Oh, this is Bret Michaels," and everybody was like, "Oh, it's Bret Michaels," and I still thought it was a comedian, and it shocked me so much. But it's so funny. I'm like buddies with Bret now, and he just texted me yesterday, and we just text each other all the time. So you never know in life who you meet. I'm on the Masked Singer, and I'm like literally on the text chain with it's like Mr. Chow is texting Bret Michaels, Happy Mother's Day, it's like, hello, Mother's Day, or whatever. It's just a strange world we live in. So, but Bret Michaels he's really cool, man. It's just so like I grew up on his music, so it's all very surreal. But the most important thing is that that I'm your doctor, Justin, that I take care of you, and I'm gonna, after this Zoom call, I'm gonna call in all your ointments to Rite Aid where you live. I'm gonna help you out. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. That's it. That was crazy. I feel like I took one.
That's an iconic shot right there, Kenny. Nice
like
going.
I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset. I didn't complain to anybody. I just took it for the team. And it was like, I felt like I was like, okay, maybe if I distract them so much, like that, I'll be that guy. But that's an amazing.
We should have kept you down below in the tunnel.
I'll do the next time. Yeah, next time I'll be like the Spike Lee that just like gets them going, just gets them agitated, get them out of their rhythm. Maybe I was too nice.
So good to have you. Thank you so much for
thank you.
being
Thank you so much. God bless you guys. God bless the Dodgers. Love you guys, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait for an amazing season. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this team. So it's an honor, just an honor to be amongst you, amongst Dodger Nation. So thank you so much.
All of you guys, all of our active players, thank you for being with us on this call, and stay safe, stay healthy. We hope to see you soon. Eric Gagne, great to see you. You look like you still can play, my man. Good luck to you.
I wish.
Yep, we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Have a great night, and
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
See you, JT. Bye, Toodaloo.
See you guys.
See you guys. Hello.